Hi, I'm Nathan Oakley and this is video log number 21. See if I can get my light. This is going to be a slightly more serious video log. I don't want to depress anybody out there, but it's all well and good to have a good laugh at the NASA footage from the 60s and 70s and joke about how parents were fooled by the models. But the reality is that all of us, all of the connected us in the Western society, are all very much connected to each other via things like the internet and via things like the media, and they are all conduits to fool us with something that's not pinnable on just the media itself. So you can't blame something like the internet or the papers or the TV for how we've become indoctrinated into the lie. Now, I'm going to say this in more videos, but for anybody who's watching this and you've boshed the blue pill, the world is flat, and this is the most critical information I can give you. By the same token, what I'm saying to you and how I'm saying it is through an extremely powerful medium, and that's the medium of, in this case, YouTube. In the case of TV, it's your gobble box in the corner. In the case of the internet, it's what you find when you type with your fingers. But that conduit has got something at the end of it, and that something is words. Words and spells, or words and spelling. Now, Thomas Sheridan, as much as he gets a lot of flack for talking about leprechauns and crazy stuff, he is actually an extremely well-informed man, and I like Thomas Sheridan. He's taught me a huge amount of information, again, about how the world in which we live is created to deceive us, and words are at the heart of it all. How you say something and how you direct information to people has a powerful influence on them, and I get quite cross when people mix simulation theory or whatever other hokum there is out there with flat earth theory, for one simple reason, and that's that we can prove flat earth. But the key word in there, I melded into the background, and the key word in there is we. We, you, I, or everybody who's out there can simply prove for themselves with their own eyes that the world is flat. Now, I started ahead of the point that a newbie came in when I started talking about the computational power of graphics cards and lasers. You don't need any of this stuff. You can go to the beach and look at an island and just, figure out how far it is on a plain map, piece of paper. You don't need a computer for any of this stuff. While I would love to send up a balloon and do what Mr. Thrive and Survive does, it's less critical for me and my conduit through this medium to get a piece of information across that is so simplistic. I think it was Fake Spaceman in Space. We caught up either yesterday or the day before talking about our upcoming show. So I'm going to have him on Flat Earth UK on Wednesday of this week. I might as well drop a plug in right away. So yeah, 9:30 Wednesday, tune in and all that garbage. But yeah, back to the video log. We were catching up, and Fake Spaceman broke it down for me in such an elegant way. He said, we can test this stuff. We don't need professors and universities to go out and prove to ourselves that we've been lied to. Not only prove it, we can test it. And testing, or seeing, is believing. Being connected to the internet is great if you can evaluate evidence and you can judge it on its merits and verify it. But short of that, there's no need to rely on these information sources. As much as I giggle when I slate Google, like and subscribe by the way, you don't need them. You can find this information out for yourself. You can actually go outside, and this is the essence of what I want to get across to you in this video log. It was summed up best on Life of Brian. Now, if you're a bit younger, you may have never heard of Life of Brian. When I was a kid, I was told, when I was a very young kid, that I wasn't allowed to watch it. It was blasphemous. And to be fair, it is in a lot of places. But there's a particular part in it where some might say, some Christians might say, it's his most blasphemous, because he stands with thousands of people who've made Brian their saviour. And Brian stands on the top of this hill and gives a sermon, if you like, or a speech. And what Brian says to the masses is you don't need me, you don't need anybody, and never a true word has been spoken, and it can relate to this. It's easy to check out what's wrong and it's easy to verify what's right on your own. So switch off your TVs, switch off YouTube after liking and subscribing. I've been Nathan Oakley and I will see you in the next video log.